So it's Sunday. I'm just obviously lots of have been going on with the Facebook page and also the campaign. Been a number of large texts and messages and things on there, including from myself, because it's obviously a complex issue to some degree, but also been lots going on, and again, we just want to be open and transparent. But I just thought, you know what, just kind of do a roundup. A couple of people said about doing a roundup and just doing a video. So we didn't get a response from the council initially from the letter about the legal opinion, so not necessarily surprised. But then the press contacted me about doing an article about the whole process, which is, yeah, okay, fine, we'll engage with that, because you know, they're just reporting on what we've been doing, so that's no problem. All newspapers have to give the other side a right to reply. Again, that's the only right thing to do. So I'm going to say probably forced the council into responding to our letter, which they did, and I've posted that also on the website. Again, just to be open and transparent, this is clear. There's lots of rumour and conjecture being put out around there. What we want to do from Standish Views Matters is to make sure that everything we say we can back up, and I'll come to that a little bit in a moment, and why it's important, because others aren't, including Standish Voice. But we also got the video this week published from the council with what happened at the town hall meeting, and then also we saw the treatment that Councillor Byrne received by the council. Now, it doesn't surprise me a little bit. They're just playing politics there, and you know, there's been a lot of toing and froing on there. If it were myself, if I was Councillor Byrne, I wouldn't have told the council what we're doing. They was always going to do it. If you give them forewarning, they will absolutely try and mess you up. Why? Because they just want to play politics. And why, you've got to say sometimes, all right, as much as it frustrates people like you and me, Joe Public, that's what they do. And yeah, okay, so we'll let it slide. But sometimes there's bigger issues that need to rise above that, and I think Cllr is one. Obviously the ruling group and the leader didn't want to do that. On that, actually, I want to just make one thing, because I think it was one of the councillors, they did a speech on there, and I took their inference from it, and other people have done the same thing, that they're calling anybody in Standish that has genuine concerns about this, for whatever those genuine concerns are, because it's not just one concern, we could have many different reasons why, but if we don't agree with them, we're racists, which is not. It's absolutely nonsense. And that kind of debate and language actually just infuels people's passions to drive through what they're trying to get through and the message. And if people, I know, I'm born and bred Standish, people of Standishers are genuine, decent people, and not racist at all. But if you want to insult them, and all that councillor, I'll try and find out which one it was, wants to insult the people of Standish by saying you cannot have genuine concerns, you cannot have genuine feelings, and you cannot have a say unless we say it and you agree with us. And if not, then we're going to call you racist. I'm going to have a problem with that. And I know the vast majority of other people in Standish are going to have a problem with that, because a lot of people that have seen it are saying, how dare they call us racist just because we've got genuine concerns. And that's it hampers the debate and trying to resolve it. So moving on from a little bit on that, one of the other things that was interesting, finally we heard from the Standish councillors, Standish Whittingham, and in fairness to Ray Whittingham, he has put a couple of things on his social media. Please don't shout at me in the pub when I'm having a pint. Well, maybe turn up to your surgeries and answer emails and phone calls, and people won't leave you alone having a pint. I don't know. I'm not saying you should be able to have a pint, don't get me wrong, but when they duck and dive and hide from people in the areas, then people are going to talk to you in the street. I mean, it wasn't It was when like they was trying to build the a car park on the wreck, and he put something on his thing. I'm sick of people pulling me over in the street saying, stop this car park being built on the wreck. Well, if you want to put yourself forward to be an elected representative of a community, people will, talk to you. And as much as they might pat you on the back for stuff that you want them to pat you on the back for, if they've got concerns, they have a right and a duty and to be able to say what they think you should be doing about big issues like building car parks on wrecks, which we stopped. Well done, people of Standish, and obviously over the asylum seekers. But then we heard from Cllr Parkinson. I have no idea what she added to the debate. None. Stop all the video, don't go anywhere. In the video I said I wasn't quite sure what Councillor Debbie Parkinson brought to the debate. I just had a quick look. She compares the Standish councillors to a water cooler. Have a look.
Councillors, although we've been accused of doing nothing, have been working extremely hard behind the scenes. Because you can't see what we're doing doesn't mean it's not happening. There's a water cooler behind those doors. The door's shut. Doesn't mean it's not there because you can't see it.
I told you. Anyway, let's get back to the video. But smile comes on my face. The councillor Mugan, Terry Mugan, I think his name is. He said, "The people of Standish can rest assured we will not leave one stone or one avenue." I can't remember the exact wording, but we're not going to leave any stone unturned, or we're going to chase every avenue available to us. I think some words to that effect. Let's go and see what he had to say.
We will continue to pursue every path available to convince these people, and these are the only people who can affect this decision, that it's an error and it needs to be overturned.
So Councillor Terry Mugan says only these people can do it. Well, actually, courts can actually tell people what to do as well. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Dead easy then, Terry. Off you go. Go and get the legal advice. Back the campaign for the legal opinion that Standish views matters, and more importantly, the Standish residents are asking. If you've got the kahunas to go on in the council meeting that's being videoed and then published to the whole of people in Standish and Wiggers, and you say every avenue will be explored, go and do it. Don't say something and then don't deliver it. Can I tell you what? You will be crucified at the ballot box for that. Crucified, absolutely. I mean, we're not talking about I know the loony left will go, oh, he's going to put him on a big wooden crossing. No, we're not talking about, it's a metaphor, people. So let's get the loony left out of the way now. But you will be crucified at the ballot box next May. If you want to go on and say we will explore every avenue, and that's pretty much what he said, I might not be verbatim, but it's not far off, and then you don't go and get a professional legal opinion, a barrister's opinion, which we're asking for, which is only going to cost £6,000, which is pennies. You've spent £1 million on a cycle lane in Standish that doesn't serve for anybody else. It's just, anyway, calm, Gareth. See, it just winds me up, all this stuff. But if they want to go on and say they're going to look at every avenue, back our campaign. Go and get the barrister's opinion. And only then can anybody really say from a legal stance this is a way forward, because we've got something that's, Standish Fighting Wigan Council said, oh, Gareth Ferris says this, and Gareth Ferris does say this. And that's what I've kind of looked into, that's what I've kind of researched, and that's where I feel we should be going. They say something different maybe, but the only true person that can have any really big weighting on this is a barrister's opinion. So let's go and get it. Wigan Council have got all the resources in the world, and we're not asking for huge sums. If it was like go and spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds just to see whether we can do it, I won't be doing it. And I don't think people of Standish will be going, is it value for money? £6,000 is nothing, and that's a London top barrister. If they want to use, if they think there's somebody else qualified that they might have better rates with or deals with, go and get it. But they've not got one. Out of all the blurb they've come out with, and it's been, what, nearly 2 months now? They've said, oh, we've written to this, and we've written that, and we've done this. But they've not, and this is the important thing, what they've not done is gone and got a barrister's opinion to say, have we got any legal recourse to resolve this issue? Not gone and done it. So when Councillor Terry Mugan says, oh, people in Standish can rest assured we're looking at every avenue, No, you're not. The most obvious and important one is going to get a legal opinion. Not done it. Why not? Lip service. And if I'm wrong, if you've done it, let me know. And I'll apologise. I can probably apologise. I'm not bothered about that. But they're giving us lip service. So I've responded to moving away from that now. You just don't want to be Gareth Ferris ranting. Moving away from that, we've obviously written back to the chief exec saying, you seem to be agreeing with us, but you've not answered the question, will you go and get this legal barrister's opinion? So we're, if they say the council wants to make an informed decision, which would be the right thing to do, the only way they're going to make an informed decision is if they go and get a barrister's legal opinion. Otherwise, it's, can we do this? Can we not do that? I mean, they could equally say, yeah, we've got a great chance of winning. Let's all go. But you need a barrister's opinion first. That's the very first thing you would go and do. So hopefully common sense will prevail. And I hope they can just put the little silliness and self-pride, oh, we can't do it because Gareth Ferris has suggested it now. I mean, that's just the most stupid and ridiculous thing. They can't do it because one councillor rang me up and said they won't do it because you've suggested it. I mean, that's just bizarre, absolutely bizarre if that's what they're saying, because it looks like Gareth Ferris has won. It's not Gareth Ferris has won. It's common sense prevailing. It's getting the right outcome for the people of Standish. That's what that would do. Not about winning or losing. It's about what's right for the people of Standish. And that's what this should all be about. So we will see. Standish Voice is somebody just screenshot a load of blurb from Standish Voice. What can I say? Paul Ogden. I'm playing his day. I'll put my name to posts. I'll put my face to videos. And I'll say it in meetings. I'm not going to be like Paul Ogden and hide behind a little keyboard saying, oh, I'm Standish Voice. I mean, who gives the right to say that they are Standish Voice? Only the people of Standish have Standish Voice. That's just it. They can't put a little council propaganda machine out there. And to say that they wasn't invited, well, every resident in Standish was invited. So when they say we wasn't invited, anybody, there was no, what did they want? A formal invitation. Everything went out. If you're a member of Standish and you've got an interest in this subject and you want to learn how we could potentially look at doing this, everybody was welcome. But they want to play the victim again, don't they? Just like Ray Whittingham. Oh, somebody shouted at me when I was having a pint. They like playing the victim, these loony lefties, as I say. And I'm not going to go too much into Paul Ogden's. Standish Voice is clear. I'll put on my blog about them, but I'm not going to let Standish Views Matters kind of take that. But one thing I have written, they've copied letters. I don't know whether they've altered that or whatever, but they've not got copyright to do that. So yeah, I've told them to take that down. They can share the link to our page by all means, absolutely. If you want to engage with us and say, we hate each other, but we have a common purpose here. Let's see what we can do. Fine, no problem. Do that as well. We can get it resolved and then move on and carry on hating each other. If that's what we both want to do, it's fine. Whatever. But yeah, to put all this propaganda out, and it's interesting. And I'll sum up with the Standish Voice, because I really just despise that guy with all much. He stands for everything that I don't stand for, and that's self-centered, self-purpose, and just what's in it for himself, as I've said many times before. But what's interesting is that there seems to be more communication from the councillors and the councillors from Standish Voice, which proves our points. It is just the mouthpiece and the propaganda of the establishment, because the councillors and the council have not got the kahunas to come out here and say to people, let's meet, let's talk. As a councillor, I've been a councillor, for 12 years in total, you will get badges at times. If you do something wrong, if you do something people don't like, you're going to get aggro. And that's what you do. When you put yourself forward to be an elected representative, you can't pick and choose when you want to be representative of that community. You can't decide what you will do. There was another councillor of another community, not Standish. They were building a lot of houses, and I won't name the councillor's name. He was for these houses, and the local community was saying, big banners, don't build houses in our area. And I said to the person, I said to the person, you should represent the people. You know, it's not a bad lad, to be fair. Well, there you go, I've said it. It's a male. So I say, you know, you're not a bad lad, but you've got to represent the people of you. Oh, well, I want houses for my kids. You're mixing it up. So when you stand for councillor, you've got to represent the people, not your own self-centred purposes or what's in it for yourself. And if you believe in something, but the rest of everybody else don't, you just got to put your views to one side and say, you know what, I've just got to go with the people. I've done that many times. People say, I know you don't. I go, listen, people in Standish want this. Oh, you know, so that's where we're up to. So there's obviously going to be an article in the paper. Council going to put some blurb out there about all the niceties and whatever, but they don't answer the fundamental question: is will they just simply go and get a barrister's professional opinion, a barrister that specialises in this area, that is knowledgeable and got great expertise in this area? They may come back and say we've got no chance, and then people like myself go, it's going to frustrate us, it's wrong, blah 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 blah, but then it kind of puts that avenue to bed. But don't leave us hanging. Don't leave the possibility that we can have a great opportunity, as I found out. But the council in Standish Foy go, oh, we've got no chance. How do you know? How do the councillors or Standish Foy, any of them, qualify to say we've got no chance of winning when they've not got a legal opinion? And they won't get it. You know, as I said in the meeting, Standish Foy got just short of 20,000 quid. And he said it's all used. I've seen a response. It's just all used for the Christmas market. So what is Standish Foy? Is it just the Christmas market committee? Well, just call it Christmas market committee. Fine, but don't try and be something you're not. Or is it the propaganda, or do they just pick and choose? So, but the council quite clearly have got an interest in this, and I don't think it's that unreasonable for them to just go and get a specialist barrister's legal opinion on any legal avenues, whether it's ones that I propose, one that they may have other ideas potentially to do it, or invariably the barrister might say, Ferris is barking up the wrong tree, you guys are barking up the wrong tree, however, I think you've got a strong strand here. And that's the whole purpose of asking them for the professional opinion. We may have ideas, we may have some direction, but they're the ones that know. So I'll keep harping on about it, and we'll keep asking the council. But for Terry Mugan, the Labour councillors, to say we're going to explore every avenue, and then don't do this. Get crucified at the ballot box next year. Food for thought there for Terry.